This is a video not actually about art. It's if you've had depression and anxiety for many years, if you've had stomach issues, if you had ear, nose and throat issues as a child, just carry on listening, and this might actually be relevant to you, because I just want to get the word out about autism, because I had no clue I had it. All of the things in life that I have struggled with, it's all autism. If I knew that was why, I would have given myself a break. Because since I found out, I have given myself a break. I almost like myself, almost. So a brief, all the things, right? So I'll try to do it in order of age or something. I'm not natural at this, as you can tell. I was going to be super real, because I filmed myself for my psychiatrist, mostly because I'm not good at talking. So whenever I've had therapy, I've written an email and sent it the night before, and then I'll go and that bit and then that bit, and not actually have to voice, which is probably why I've still got trauma inside me, because I've not actually truly voiced it and got it out. I don't know. So now I've lost my train of thought. That's a trait, by the way. Yeah, so I did these videos, and I'm ugly crying and stuff. So I've decided I'm not going to post those. I'm not brave enough to do that. And who wants to see that? No one. Okay. So when I was younger, I was almost mute. I was classed as a super shy child. I, at age 9, was still saying just yes and no. So these days you would probably pick up on that something's wrong, get a bit of speech therapy or something. I'm not blaming you, mum or dad, it's fine. It's like I was super shy. Okay. I had heart palpitations when I was young, so that was below age 9. So my dad took me to the doctor about that, and I'm thinking that was anxiety, but I don't think they really figured out what it was. When there was an assembly, I think that must have been in the last year of middle school. I think I must have been about, I thought I was younger than this, but I think it was my last year. I think I was about 10, 11. I was so scared when the rest of the people were coming in. I don't know whether it was just the school, the children, or whether it was parents. I don't know, but I fainted, because I was just like, whoa, this is just, I can't do this, too much. Fainted, and I was carried into the first aid room. So that's, and I had hearing issues, I had grommets in, I had adenoids taken out, and then when I was 40, I had my tonsils taken out. So I think that must have been just before they stopped doing all of that. So that's a bit of the medical evidence, because they do ask you about your ear, nose and throat if you do go for a diagnosis. Okay, so when I was middle school, my teen years were awful. That's a common struggle. When I was 14, I had suicidal thoughts. Just, it would be better if I wasn't here. I'm crap. Just real hatred for myself. And then I had this older sister who was super popular, who had a great bubbly personality, and if I could have swapped with her, I would have. Like bodies, swap bodies. like swapped heads, whatever. I, super hated myself. So if you've had a bit of, self-hatred too, that's also a thing. Depression, suicidal thoughts, anxiety, like big time. I was really awkward in social situations. People, if you know me, you'd be like, yeah, you really were. I've got a lot better since. Hang on, I'll get back to that. So one thing, it wasn't actually. So within the last 10 years, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm loads better socially now. I can go to that house party with, I don't know anyone, or go with my husband, but yeah, that's fine. I'm fine now. And I went, and I'm like, oh, I might edit out that swearing. I was like, panic. Phil, don't leave me. And he went to the loo, and I'm like, God, oh my God. And someone came over to talk to me. I was panic. Whether that showed, I don't know. I think I was probably better at hiding it then. But when I was younger, autistic people, their eye contact's not great. You can not look at people. That was one thing when I did when I was younger. I used to sort of hide behind my hair like this. When I was older, I would look at people in a bar and sort of just, oh, they're really cool, nice people and stuff. They'd think I'm giving them the eye. They'd come over and talk to me, and I'm like, oh my God. And I'd just say, do one. Yeah. Okay. So eye contact. Yes, we all know about that one, I think. Really, really awkward in social situations. Perfectionism. I didn't know that was a thing. So about 5 years ago, I went to therapy. That was to help me with the loss of my nephew to suicide. I was imagining how my sister-in-law was feeling and putting myself in her shoes. It was quite strange. Like, I think everyone does that, but I really went in deep with it, and I was on the sofa for probably months, to be honest. And then I was like, right, I need to sort myself out for my kids. I'm telling them it's okay to cry, but I need to be strong for them. So I went and got some therapy to talk about that, and then it kind of spiraled into all these different things, because I was suicidal once, and I'm not ashamed to say it. People are embarrassed, and actually I'm not embarrassed anymore. That is actually really common in autism to feel suicidal, and if you have been and you got through it, then celebrate it and maybe let people know, and the people that are depressed, maybe, I don't know, just maybe be a role model for talking about these things. Okay, so I learnt about all sorts of things. I learnt about narcissism, didn't know about that. I had an awful time. I won't go into it, but autistic people can be easily, they can be sexually abused. They can be abused anyway, really, any way. And their minds can be turned. My mind was completely turned. Okay, this is a bit heavy, sorry. Perfectionism, I didn't really know what that was. So if you strive for being perfect, as I was in my art, and you always feel like it doesn't come out like you want it, or you just fail every time you try, so you stop trying. I think that is where my daughter is right now. She's in, people just stop trying so that they don't hurt themselves with the failure. massive failure. I mean, my stuff was all right. Looking back now, I'm kinder to myself, and I'm like, actually, my stuff was all right. It wasn't where I kind of knew that I had better in me. But anyway, so when I learnt about perfectionism, I'm like, you're right. I haven't done any art for 12 years because I was too scared to keep failing. But once I learnt about the perfectionism, I kind of let it go, and I know that you just got to try. You got to do some stuff that looks a bit crap, and keep trying and practice, and you'll get there. You will get there. What else? Imposter syndrome. I think a load of people have this. You have this person you kind of wish you were. I've already touched on my sister when I was younger, but when I was at uni, now uni is a really tricky time for autistic people. I hated uni. I didn't like school because of the social stuff, but with the subjects I was alright. I got an A-star in art. The art teacher would show my homework every week, which was hugely embarrassing. You don't actually want any attention. So deep down in my stomach I'm a bit proud, but mostly it's just embarrassing. And then I went to Amersham Art College, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I got distinction. Then I went to uni, and it all just went to, just hated it. I think maybe the place was too big. I don't know. I got massive nerves walking into that room every day. Crit days where you're supposed to talk about your own work, about the good and bad bits about your work. Now, I would have been able to talk about the bad bits, no problem. Good bits, not so much. And then I couldn't talk to other people about their work. I can't criticise other people's work. That's just mean. I think that they shouldn't do it like that. I think they should be positives only. So stupid. If you are super sensitive, that's just going to, like, potentially it would have put me in a depression if I went. So I just avoided absolutely every crit day. That goes for every crit day in college and in uni. Just didn't go. Where was I? Well, yeah, imposter syndrome. Right, so at uni I had this beautiful friend. I gravitated towards her the first day because I think, oh, you look like you're pooping your pants too. Want to be my friend? And we were inseparable. Loved her, still love her, but we did have a bit of a miscommunication. I think I just didn't understand. Even when I'm really good friends with someone, I can't talk to them fully. I'll have a thought in my head and I can't say it. Maybe I can now, but I didn't then. But yes, she was so great. She was just everything, and her artwork and everything was just so brilliant. I'm like, I'm so crap. You shouldn't compare yourself to other people. I know that. No, I know that. Anyway, so this is really deep, and it's deep though. Autistic people are deep, and it's tricky to fit in around non-deep people. So if you've made it this far, thanks. If you've related to quite a lot of it, then I suggest you go and research autism. It's a real eye-opener if you are, and you can just like forgive yourself for many things that you hated yourself for. It's not your fault. Autism is a defect in your brain where things aren't firing properly. Your brain's not talking to other bits of your body properly, and you're over emotional and you can't help it. Right, so I did a few videos through the process of figuring it out. So if you do want to watch that, I'll be posting that as well. If you don't, thanks for watching this one till the end, and hopefully you won't leave because I've done a really deep video that's not about art. A little bit it was, because it was about not doing art for so long because I was scared of failing, so that bit was. Okay, thanks, take care, and if you want to send me any messages, I've had a couple already actually. All I said was, I've just found out I'm autistic, and I got quite a few private messages, which has given me the confidence to do this. And there are really lovely people out there. When you're autistic, you think everyone is scary. Yeah, message me if you want. I'm absolutely cool with that. Take care, guys.